If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you probably already know that Mordor wasn't entirely CGI. Part of it is real, and it's actually one of New Zealand's most popular day hikes, the Tongariro Alpine Crossing. It's a 20-kilometer walk through volcanic landscapes, with unreal views of Mount Ngauruhoe, better known to most people as Mount Doom from the Lord of the Rings films. Around 150,000 people attend this hike every year. It's famous, heavily photographed, and all over every New Zealand bucket list. So today I want to find out if it's actually worth the hype. Welcome to the Tongariro Alpine Crossing. Even though this is one of the most popular hikes in the country, it's definitely not one to underestimate. There's a high number of rescues here every season, and once you're far enough in, turning back stops being a very attractive option. The crossing takes around 7 to 8 hours, there's nowhere to refill your water, and there's no safe place to spend the night if you're too exhausted to continue. So I came prepared. In my backpack, 3 liters of water, lunch, snacks, sun protection, toilet paper, yes, that might come in handy, and extra layers. Because even on a sunny day like this one, the weather up here can change fast and the temperature can drop without much warning. Then there's the transport situation. This is a one-way hike, so most people book a shuttle, leave a car at the end, and get dropped off at the start. It was the beginning of March. We are at the start. Sunny, beautiful day. 9 o'clock. Let's do it. There wasn't a trace of snow, the sky was clear, and the conditions honestly looked perfect. A few months earlier, there had been a fire in the area, and as we started walking, we could still see some of the aftermath along the trail. The first hour or so was actually pretty manageable. Mostly flat, easygoing, nothing too dramatic, but before long, the scenery started to change, and we got our first proper views of the volcano. An active one, by the way, which is a slightly terrifying detail to just casually walk next to. And then we reached the Devil's Stairs. This is where the hike starts making you earn the views. It's a steep climb, and there are warning signs reminding people to turn back if they're already exhausted. It took us about 45 minutes to get up, and by the time we reached the flatter section above, the volcano felt closer than ever. It was one of those spots where everyone stops, catches their breath, and immediately pulls out their camera. From there, the climb to the highest point of the crossing begins. And because it was summer, we weren't exactly alone. There's a group of 40 kids. We're trying to go faster than them. Kids are on to us. Oh my god. Mission failed. Stuck in traffic. Eventually, we reached Red Crater, the highest point of the hike, at around 1,868 meters above sea level. And honestly, the views up there don't feel real. We stopped there for lunch, just sitting and taking in the landscape around us. This was also one of those moments where I really wished I could have flown the drone. God damn it! Everything looks volcanic, raw, and almost alien. It's the kind of place that makes you stop talking for a second because your brain is still trying to process what it's looking at. From up there, you can also spot one of the most iconic parts of the entire crossing, the Emerald Lakes. Those bright green crater lakes that look like they belong on another planet. But before getting to them, there is one small problem. You have to make your way down what is probably the sketchiest section of the whole hike. A long, steep descent on loose volcanic gravel that feels like it could send you sliding down at any second. Wish us luck. And then, after all that dust, loose ground, and awkward almost falling, you finally reach the Emerald Lakes. And honestly, they don't even look real. The water is this insane bright green, surrounded by red and black volcanic rock. Like the mountain just suddenly changes palette. Your legs are cooked, the wind is still hitting you, and somehow, this place still makes you stop and just stare. The final few hours of the hike are hard in a completely different way. Not because they're the steepest, but because by then, your body is sending you very clear signals that your battery is almost empty. And then, almost unexpectedly, the landscape changes again. The volcanic terrain gives way to a native bush, and suddenly you are surrounded by greenery. There's shade, a cooler breeze, and for the first time in hours, the walk feels a little less exposed. It gives you that final push you need to keep going.
Now I'm tired.
We did it! We did it! Woo! And looking back, I think what stayed with me most about this hike was how earned it felt. Because when a place gets this famous, part of you expects it to disappoint you a little. You expect the photos to have oversold it. You expect the crowds to take something away from it. You expect the hype to be bigger than the actual experience. But Tongariro really does live up to it. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like and a comment really helps support the channel. Would you do this hike yourself? See you in the next adventure.